you're gonna make impact before you make money, and your impact you won't even know because you don't know everybody's gonna be watching your shit. Mm-hmm. So you won't even be able to measure what you're doing until as you go into the journey of life and you go outside and somebody come up. I mean, I'm quite sure you get it now with what you do with the workout and stuff like that when people see you. I mean, it's very noble what you do. How we doing today, folks? Welcome to Jus Convos. Today I'm sitting here with one of the most noble people I've ever seen online. This man named Reko the trainer. He does a lot of great things with training, and you see a lot of trainers, and everybody has the same thing. They're going to help you get healthy. They're going to sell you something to help you get healthy and things like that. But the thing that shocked me about what he does is he actually trains homeless people and help them get their confidence back. So before we go into that whole story, I want to introduce everybody to Reko the trainer. How you doing today? Thank you for showing up today, man.
Thanks for having me.
Hey, pleasure. First, I always like to ask people, are you born and raised in Philadelphia?
No, I was actually born in New Jersey.
Okay.
And I came to Philadelphia when I was 8 years old.
You was 8 years old?
And, been in Philly ever since.
Okay. What schools did you attend? You can start at junior high, middle, wherever you want to start.
I went to Cassidy Elementary School in West Philly.
Okay.
And I went to Bieber Middle School,
okay,
also in West Philly. Mm-hmm. And Overbrook High School.
But I say Bieber like right across the street from Overbrook, ain't it?
Like across the bridge.
Yeah,
exactly.
Okay. And while you were in school, what was the school like for you when you was in school? Just regular?
Yeah, I actually loved school. I was really good academically.
Okay.
And I was into sports. I played basketball, which is how I got into fitness. I played all the way up until 10th grade. And I stopped playing basketball at that point. But yeah, I love school. I love to go. I was always there. My grades was always good. And when I just kind of left, and I was still a good student. But
hold on, champ. I mean, hold on now. You was good in sports. You went to class, but you just left school at 10th grade?
Well, I left in the 11th grade. I stopped playing sports in the 10th grade.
So you dropped out, or you just got?
Yeah, I dropped out.
Just a decision you made. If you don't mind me asking. Okay,
no, just going to the streets and things I felt I wanted to do there, and I just kind of stopped attending.
Damn, that's crazy. So school was easy for you?
School was pretty easy for me. I just liked it. I liked to be there. I didn't like to be home.
But the thirst for money was greater than you doing academic. So what was it like? I gotta get my clothes right, or I just gotta get some money in my pocket?
Just growing up with a single parent.
Never enough?
Yeah, it was like, I just always felt like I wanted to help my mother, but also wasn't able to get all the things I wanted. Mm-hmm. So I just wanted to be a man and try to get some things myself.
Okay. Diane, that decision, did it land you anywhere that you didn't want to be?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, it changed the course of my life.
Okay. Well, could we go into it?
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. When I was right after I dropped out, I'm gonna say probably a year later, I ended up in prison. Ended up 18 years old. Ended up in the mountains upstate with a 15-year bid.
Damn, 15? So what was it, armed robbery, or was it
aggravated assault?
Okay.
Aggravated assault. First was attempted murder. It was aggravated assault.
Okay, worked it down.
Yeah.
Okay, and damn, even after you worked it down, you still got 15 years.
Yeah.
And this was somebody who was in the mix with you, or you messed with an innocent person? Right?
No, it was actually a case that I didn't commit.
Oh shit.
But I was present at a party, and somebody got shot, and somebody said my car was, I was the driver of a car that left the scene. So my name was brought up, and I was the only one that was apprehended and the only one that did time.
Okay, and that's one of those things where you don't have money for a lawyer who could have argued that point for you.
Right. I had a lawyer, but
a shitty lawyer.
No, I ended up pleading guilty for lesser time. So initially, I had
It's looking like a 40 piece. It's looking like a 40 piece.
Initially,
Yeah.
I had a 10-year
Okay.
sentence.
Okay.
And then being in jail, I got more time. So I had pleaded for a 5 to 10.
Okay.
Initially for a lesser time.
But then when you get inside, shit, you gotta go insane. You gotta go insane inside an insane place to survive, type thing.
Yeah, got more time while being in there, and ended up being 15.
So and what's this like? You missed from about late 90s to 2010s or something?
No, it was early 2000s to 2018.
So you just now coming back home, pretty much.
Yeah,
like
6 years.
6 years. Damn. So you come home 2018. What is the adjustment like from the time you left? Because was smartphones wasn't even out yet, right?
Smartphones.
Yeah. It was still Blackberries and shit when you
right.
went down. Yeah.
Still like
Nextels and shit like that.
Photos was just a thing, just becoming a thing. But unfortunately for me, I was able to get my hands on devices and kind of keep up, just with talking to people out there. My conversations was always based on seeking knowledge of what's going on as opposed to what's going on in the streets.
Okay, so when people coming in, you talking to the people like, yo, what's going on out there? What's going on out there?
You know, my time on the phone, it wasn't spent talking about what's going on with, the streets. It was more so progressive conversations that's like, keeping me updated. So
now when you're in prison, you able to lock into that same intellect you had back when you was in school. You was able to lock into that?
Yeah, absolutely.
To prepare you for when you were coming home.
Absolutely. That was the thing. That was the good thing about me. Like I said, I was a learner. I was a sponge. So I was always seeking knowledge. I studied a lot of different things. I ended up getting certified as not only a trainer, but HVAC technician.
Okay.
So I did a lot of different things.
Did you ever use it?
Absolutely, I was doing
that
the
HVAC?
from 2018.
My man.
Yeah.
You know what's crazy? I
did Shelham High School.
Oh damn, that's dope.
Yeah.
No, it's funny, man. I was just thinking in my head today, like, cause I'm in the process of building back up my crews and shit. And the first thing I said to myself was like, I got everything but a fucking HVAC and the fucking plumber. So when it's funny you just said that, like, God be reading my mind sometimes. I'm not saying you're gonna do the HVAC, but it's just funny that you said that, because that was something I was thinking about today. Like, damn, I need a real HVAC person, because sidebar. This is what I do in conversations. In Philadelphia, a lot of times, man, they got these guys that come out of this contractors, and you give them the money for something, and you give them the 50% up, and you never see them again. You don't even get your unit. You know what I mean? So it's funny you said that. I was just thinking about that today. But sorry, so you went to HVAC, you got certified as a trainer. So you coming home 2018. What is your goal to make sure you do not become a victim of recidivism?
So my plan was to work on this HVAC company, work for an HVAC company. I had a 5-year plan. So I was thinking ownership the whole time. So I'm thinking, okay, I'm gonna apply this trade. I'm gonna work for a company for 5 years.
Learn the business.
And open up my own company. That was my 5-year plan.
Okay.
So from the first 2 years, I was doing it. And after doing the Cheltenham gig, that was like the biggest job. And it kind of opened my eyes to, like, the treatment and the people that you have to
work with.
Yeah.
Wasn't for you?
Yeah, it was kind of like
you gotta play stupid.
No, to get those big gigs, you need to connect with, like, the schools, like big entities.
Oh, if you're a contractor, you have to connect.
Yeah, you gotta connect with the big entities. And the way that they treat the small companies wasn't really
starve you out for your money.
It wasn't. I didn't like the way they treated us because I was working with a black-owned company.
Okay.
That was a small company, which is a great company. Shout out to DeWitt, heating and air conditioning. Those my guys. But the way they treated us compared to the way they treated those those companies that was like had 20 years or whatever in, it was just a little.
It was different
for me. It was eye opener. So I just decided, like, maybe that's not for me. But I was still in the midst of that. I was doing training on the side.
Okay, training people. Okay.
Yeah, so I just was like,
Pivot into
maybe
the training.
this ain't it. Let me see if I could, make this thing work.
Okay. Okay. All right. So now, and what year is this? 2019.
Yeah, well, 20, and then the
And then the COVID.
pandemic
Yeah, I'm about to
hit,
say yeah, because at 20,
which
that's what I'm about to say. In 20, now we hitting the pandemic.
which it all played a part because at that time we weren't getting the same amount of jobs that we were. So it was almost like
You got to figure
everything
something else.
happened
Yeah.
for a reason.
Yeah, now
So
you got to
it's
pivot.
like,
You got to pivot now.
yeah, yeah.
Okay. Okay. So now 2020 is when you pivot into training.
Well, I was, like I said, I was doing on the side because I was training one of my coworkers.
Full time.
Yeah, that's when I really locked in. Like, yeah, I got to do this.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And the way it happened for me was, it was crazy because gyms closed down as well.
Yes, it did.
So there was a park that in Nicetown in Philadelphia that was kind of built like an adult park. Like, it's like
Where at?
in Nicetown.
No,
like,
I'm saying where
under Route 1, like right off Germantown Avenue, like
where
around
Gratz?
Cayuga.
Right around Gratz?
No, it's
No,
like
no.
Germantown and Cayuga,
Germantown and Cayuga.
under 76. It's a park, and it's kind of like built like a gym, like for real. It's got like this turf floor. So long story short, I was going out because I wasn't in fear of COVID.
Yeah,
honestly, me personally, I was just like, man, I was in the mountains. I done poured them all.
Yeah, I got you.
And seeing like, the different ways that those things affect us and like trickle down. So I wasn't really in fear. So I was telling people like, look, we coming outside. And people were scared, of course. Like, I don't know about coming out. But it was me consistently making those videos outside.
Like, made people come outside.
And yeah, people just saw like, damn, he's out there. I'm telling people, look, I'm out here getting this workout in, 6 feet, all that. But we out here, you know what I'm saying? And I just consistently was pumping videos and had people come out, and it just kind of snowballed.
Now, when the people come outside and they're working out with you, are you at that point charging people to come out, or these are all free things?
No, like I said, I wasn't working. So it was the clients that I already had.
Okay, so this is how y'all kept up.
Yeah, so
out.
Payment was already, a thing.
In effect, yeah.
So it was just a matter of, look, come on, the gyms is closed, but we still gonna get this work. We still gonna reach these goals.
Okay.
So, it was just like, getting people out, and people had their fears, but once they saw that, like it wasn't a bunch of people, it wasn't a group, and, we was just out there, more people started coming out.
Okay. And everybody was your client, or these were just different people, period? People were like just walking by trying to come in there. I'm just asking.
No, initially, like I said, it was just my clients, but like I was meeting people at the park.
Okay.
It was kids that was there.
Okay.
And I was just like,
come on over.
Yeah, and I would talk to them, about, not going down the path I went down. So it's like, my thing is like when you deal with certain people, individuals, whether it's kids or like people on the streets, I want to not only tell them something, but I want to give them like an alternative. Okay. So as I'm telling these kids, like, it's better for y'all to be here. Look, this is what y'all could do while y'all here. Work out, occupy y'all time. So I was bringing kids out, different people was, seeing me there, and it
it snowballed.
It just kind
of. So the thing about you, is it like purpose over money, or it's like I want to get money while I'm in my purpose?
No, it's never about money with me.
Never about money.
Never about money. Everything I did was, like I said, with the COVID hitting, it was just kind of like, okay, now it's time to, you know what I'm saying? Like everything, it wasn't just like an idea that I came up with. It was always something happening, and okay, this is what, it's never about money with me.
Okay. So the thing I said like that really inspired me about you, well, the thing that really made me want to see what really inspires you, when I saw that you take homeless people and train them. So where does the idea for that come at? Like, it just come to you one day, or you just like, what exactly, what sparked that?
No, like I said, everything always happened with like a chain of events that, so with that, I always been like giving, I always had empathy, and how that came about was I had a thought. Oh, so I was at a fitness studio in Morton, PA, where I was working at, and me and my guy Kenny, we was trying to have a menu of classes for the people. Like it was like step class, full body boot camp, yoga. We just had I was trying to create a whole menu of classes, and it was like trying to get the people there. Like we was throwing free classes, and it was like, the people don't want it. So I was just thinking like, man, they don't want it. I want to give it to people that want it. So one day, as I'm thinking, I'm listening to E.T. at the time.
What the fuck is that?
E.T. is Eric Thomas. E.T. the
Oh,
hip-hop trainer.
You gotta want to how to live, breathe. You gotta want to breathe more than you want to live.
Yeah, that's my guy.
Yeah, he be hitting that shit.
I'm listening to E.T. every day, right?
Mm-hmm. I thought you were talking about ET phone home.
One of the things,
I'm like,
Eric
what the fuck?
Thomas.
Like ET talk, but no, I know you're talking about. Go ahead.
Yeah, shout out to E.T. man, that's my guy.
Okay.
And one of the things, E.T. was homeless, mind you.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm listening to E.T. every morning for motivation, right? And one of the things E.T. said was, you want to share your gift with the world, right? Your gift will make room for you. That's what E.T. said. Like, your gift will make room for you.
Pioneer Elite Care is committed to treating each individual with dignity and respect. We take pride in providing quality care to those who require assistance at home. Contact us now.
Excellence is our standard.
Excellence is the rule.
Never the exception.
PioneerEliteCare.com.
So as I'm thinking about these classes and thinking up, like, I want to give it to people, like, you know what I'm saying, free of charge. And it's like, damn, this is what I'm good at. I want to just give this to people. But these people we telling them to come to these classes, they don't really want it. Mm-hmm. So let's see who really want it. Like, this is what I'm thinking. And E.T. was homeless. Mm-hmm. So one of the main things that happened was, I'm in the store one day, and I'm walking in the store. Homeless guy is walking out, and he has like a couple dollars in his hand. So I'm trying to just like start a conversation, make him laugh, whatever. So I say, "Oh, you getting all the money out here, huh?" So he looks at me and he's like, "Man, this don't mean nothing to me." He's like, "I don't cherish this stuff." And I'm thinking like, me neither. And he was just like, "Man, you want some? You can have it." And I'm like, "Nah, man, I was just shooting the stuff, man. I don't want your money, man." He's like, "Nah, man." He's like, "This stuff, man, it comes and goes." And we went back and forth for a couple minutes of me telling him I don't want his money to keep it, and him saying, "Nah, if you want it, you can have it," or "I want you to have it." And what he did was, me pleading no, he took some bills and he sat on the counter and he was like, "And go ahead." And he walked out. And he just walked off like gracefully. And I'm looking and I'm like, damn, what would make somebody do that in that position? Whereas though you would think that they need every dollar,
they get, yeah.
Right? And at that point, like, he left me with no choice, but I'm like, all right, I'm not gonna leave it there. You know what I'm saying?
So you got something up.
So I was like, damn, I want to pay this forward. And then the light bulb went off, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna go and I want to treat one of these people to lunch. And I'm like, I also want to share my gift with them. My gift is exercise. Like, I'm so good at it. Like, I can train anybody from a kid to a elder.
You got to train Pop for me. You got to get Pop in order.
For sure, man. That's a layup. And so it was just like that light bulb went off, and as soon as I walked out the store, I walked 10 steps, another homeless person came and asked me for something. Like right at that moment, they was like, "Hey, you got a couple dollars?" And I was like, paying it forward. And so from that day, I just decided, like, you know what, I'm gonna go down here. I'm gonna go downtown. I'm gonna just find homeless people and see who's willing to accept
Work
this
out with
gift.
you. Okay.
And that's how
How
I started.
how has the reception been?
Man, it's been great, man. It's
That actually got you in the media, right?
yeah.
But you never did it even thinking you're gonna get the media. So it's
I
kind of like you said,
never
you
thought-
share your gift, and that's deep. Are you like a religious man, spiritual man, or just
I'm very spiritual.
very spiritual?
Very
Yeah,
spiritual.
I'm a spiritual person.
I believe in the universe. I believe everything happens for a reason. I believe what you put out,
You gonna get
what
back.
you get back.
Definitely.
And like I said, I don't cherish money. I believe that we need it, but I just
Shouldn't be the end all.
not at all.
Shouldn't be the end
I
all.
feel like it's something that God will bless certain people with for a reason to, serve whatever purpose that they're here for.
Okay. Dang, that's crazy, yo. That's dope. That's dope. So on this journey as being a trainer, so you have people that do pay, and then you have the homeless people that you work with. And how has it been? Is the trainer business, is that a hard competitive business?
You can say that. It depends on what avenue you take. Like you got online trainers that make a lot of money. You have individual trainers that don't. It's kind of based on your location too. But it's a good business. It's a good business. Depending on how dedicated you are to it. If you're willing to, do those early mornings and, your body take that, wear and tear.
Okay.
It's a pretty good business.
What are like the categories of your clients? You got people that want to train but don't know how to train. Do you have some people that just I know some people train just for mental health. Like some people I've learned said, man, like just working out keep their mind off of shit that usually put them in the dumps and stop them from getting up. And I know some people who just train for the sake of they want to look good. So what are your clients like?
So my demographic end up being women that wanted to lose their stomach, and I dealt with mostly beginners.
Okay.
I targeted the women, well, because I'm like I got the abs thing.
Yeah.
People see that and they're like, well,
They want what you got.
I'm sure he can help me lose my stomach.
But that's not an easy task, right?
So,
right?
nah, not at all.
Yeah, that's a lot of discipline.
Yeah. So that ended up being my targeted audience, people that, wanted to lose it.
I got a mean 4-pack, and that's
I
only when I'm.
I
That's
used
only,
to
that's only when
I
I'm
used to
sick.
call myself the ab specialist,
Okay.
or stomach specialist, whatever. But that became my target audience. But I specifically chose to deal with women because women are more inclined to take care of themselves or even be willing to do what it takes to beautify themselves, as opposed to men, especially like a man is more inclined to might want to do it for himself as opposed to listen to another man.
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
So-
ego and shit get in there. Yeah.
Yeah, so it was-
being there knocking your fucking client out.
Yeah, so it was easier for me to, have that demographic of women that were dedicated and that really wanted it. And, I went through the phase of, dealing with people that didn't want it, and I just kind of locked in on people that were serious.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
So your best time as far as clientele, would that be like New Year people that's about to go on vacation? Is that like your high point of your business?
Yeah, New Year, New Me is definitely a real thing.
And what about
definitely a real
like
thing.
Thanksgiving and Christmas? That's like when you kind of lose everybody.
Thanksgiving
and
that's
Christmas is
when,
probably like the worst time?
That's pretty much like end of the year, because people make those
they
excuses and
Yeah,
the family and people being like accustomed to certain foods and certain times is really a thing. Like, you know.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you too. Like, sorry for cutting you off too. Is it workout or is it more diet or is it like which one is more important from what you've seen in your business?
Dieting is probably
Dieting as far as like what you're eating. You know what I mean? Like
yeah,
what you're
yeah.
eating,
Because
yeah.
to be clear, yeah, because I don't say like dieting as
like Weight Watchers or some bullshit like that.
yeah, it's just a matter of what's for you.
Yeah.
So when I talk to people about diet, it's what's for you, because every diet is not for everybody. And,
Correct.
you know what I'm saying? You got to find what's for you. Mm-hmm. But yeah, definitely what you eat is really important. And I would say that's the most important. However, being consistently active is
Just as important.
just as important.
Okay. And you know, we both happen to be African American, and it's funny, man. Like, how old are you right now?
I'm 35.
35. I'm 44, right? And I'm at the point now where I'm starting to see a lot of my friends come down with grave diseases, whether it's diabetes, high blood pressure. I suffer from high blood pressure. You know what I'm saying? Diabetes, high blood pressure. It's like every black man when he gets to his 40s, here it come. And even if you don't have the diabetes and got the high blood pressure, the diabetes medication, the high blood pressure medication is usually taking out one of your organs that's going to give you diabetes. So this is the hamster wheel we are in. And I seen somebody say the other day, like, you know, we're moving into the generation where the parents are about to outlive the kids because of what we're eating and all the bad medication and shit like that. And, you know, not to take a real deep dive in it, how has it been? Have you been seeing that same thing with black men coming down with the high blood pressure, the diabetes and things of that nature?
Yeah, definitely. A whole lot. It's crazy because I've had my friends or some associates, people that I know, they, for the longest time, they like, yo, I'm gonna come work out. Mm-hmm. And they don't. And then I get that call like, yo, I went to the doctor. And the doctor said, you know, my sugar, my blood, whatever. Now they got no choice. Now they want to work out. Now they are calling me like, yo, and I'm like, yo, my schedule,
Yeah.
But now they're in dire need. So, you know, I do try to tell people, man, to get active as soon as possible. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And you do monitor what you intake. Me, myself, I stopped eating red meat in 2009. But I'm not a person that is going to tell everybody that's for you or to stop doing this or stop doing that.
I don't eat meat at all. Well, I don't eat pork or beef at all. And I'm slowing down drastically on chicken, fish, and everything. I'm more so moving into just like veggies. When I was younger, I was a vegetarian. I was a vegetarian before it was popular. My dad and mom raised me as a vegetarian. It was the worst time of my life because I wanted cheese doodles. I had cheeseless cheese doodles. I get nightmares about cheeseless cheese doodles to this day. Yeah, it's just corn. It's fried corn. It's the worst shit ever. But, you know, it's funny because like the same style of way that my dad was raising us, I hated it, is now, because there was no Whole Foods back in the day. There was no, It was no 3,000 vegan restaurants. It was some shit called Kush that you had on the pita bread that choke you to death when you eat the shit, pause. But you know what I'm saying? It was like fucking cabbage, Brussels sprouts, all that shit was boiled. I hated that shit. Mm-hmm. But you know, it's crazy because I never had problems though when I ate like that. You know, it's when, you know, Checkers got me, man. That fucking spicy chicken got me, man. that late night spicy chicken, nothing else open. I me get that with the fries, man. You know, and they send you right on there, the heart attack, bro.
Greasy.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it's funny, man. Like especially men, because we hard headed. You know what I mean? We hard headed and we think we can work through anything. You know, it's funny you said that. Like when it comes to me in business, I love doing business with women also. Women have I just make out better with women. We're doing business with women as compared to men, because men, you know, they make up these stories about themselves that's amazing. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of get what you're saying about your clientele being women, they willing to listen. That's fucking amazing, man. So where your goal? Where you plan on going with this personal training thing? Like where you wanna go with it?
So I'm gradually moving away from regular clients.
Okay.
And as crazy as it is, I be just had like one of my old clients that gained the weight back, like, yo, I need to come back. And when my old clients hit me up, I always take them back. But
that's a
I'm at a place where I'm not really looking for a whole bunch of new clients.
Okay.
I want to continue to work with the people on the street. That's
like your therapy.
My calling, my purpose. That's, more of a thing that God put on my heart, placed me to do.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to continue to do that. I want to take that to the highest level. I want to hit the road. I want to go to other states and,
Mm-hmm.
of course, the hometown. I done, held that down, but I want to branch. I want to go to some other places. And, in the midst of doing it, it starts with conversation. So these become like my peers, my friends, I don't just talk to a random person and say, let's work out. It's a conversation where it's like, damn, what's your story? How you doing? How you feeling? And I stay in contact with most of them. And, I just want to, I share some people's stories because just from those conversations, I've learned so much. Mm-hmm. And not only have I learned so much, I've been able to enlighten other people on what they deal with, what goes on, and really, share the awareness about just homelessness in general. So,
is it a theme for people when they say I'm quite sure you ask them like, how did you get here? Or why are you here? You ever ask them that?
Yeah, I ask them.
Is it like the same reason over, or is it like a plethora of reasons? It could be.
It's always different.
Never the same.
It's always different. You never know. I still to this day I hear different stories, and within that process on my YouTube channel, I started doing interviews with the people because
trying to make them human again,
humanized, individualized, so that people might have an idea that people on the streets are just bums. They just want to get high.
But your thing is like, how did you get here?
From these conversations.
Who were you before you even got here?
You know what I'm saying? I share these conversations, with the people that are willing to share it, because I want people to know that, yes, these people are human, and also that they're individuals and not just some bum on the street. Statement. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So people can hear these individual stories. So on my YouTube channel, I do those interviews.
What's the name of that YouTube channel so people know?
Reko the Trainer TV is my YouTube channel. You can see a bunch of different interviews and hear a bunch of different stories, because, like I said, just in the process of doing it, in the process of when I first started, people just seen the workouts. They never seen the conversations that, the first year.
Gotcha.
And then the second year, I'm like, man, I done learned so much, and I want these people to be individualized. So people have watched my videos and been like, man, you know what? I want to go out and help. People like, you know what? I want to donate, because they hear from those people. Yeah. And, from you seeing them and hearing their stories, you can get your own idea of the person.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. As opposed to what I say.
Okay.
So, I want to, share a lot more stories, connect with a lot more people, and, just take that to the highest level and continue to give them that gift of the exercise. That's the main thing, because my thing with that is I can give somebody money, they go spend it, and that be that. But it's like the if I teach a man how to fish analogy,
for a lifetime.
You know what I'm saying? So I teach people how to exercise, and take that with you. Do that when you feel stressed out. I just had somebody that was dealing with a situation where I was with him, and his daughter called while I was with him, and he's like, yo, man, my daughter, man, she cuts herself. And it just, at that moment, where he was just like feeling crazy, and I'm telling him like, yo, these are the times when I tell you about when these exercises is going to come in handy. And, that's what he did.
And maybe the daughter might need to. They're not even being funny. Maybe the daughter might need to exercise also. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's
He knows the benefit. So,
Yeah.
whatever he do is that's the blessing too for people that actually take it and apply it. That's when I get the most out of it.
Have you ever met a homeless person that you coached up to the point where they come back and see you and they turn their life completely around?
I don't want to say completely around yet.
Well,
but
I'm saying they went
I
from
get,
being either maybe they got on the path.
No, I know what you mean. I get phone calls. So like I said, I stay in contact with these people. I can show you text messages. I get people that go into rehabs and they, send me pictures like, yo, this is gain weight. People that have got off the streets after, doing interviews. They're like, man, you know what? I'm out.
Well, to me,
Hit me up.
that's completely turning around to me.
Yeah,
Like, it's not
yeah.
it's not about a numerical value or nothing like that. Just the fact that I met you at your lowest point, emotionally, physically, and I was able to give you a game to help you at least get back on the baseline of who you were before you went down low. So
Yeah, I can show you text messages of a guy, man. He like, yo, I'm back home. I'm working now. I'm down here on Girard Avenue. And, man, those things, man, it's a feeling that I can't even explain. You know what I'm saying? When they hit me up with those type of messages, like the guy with his daughter, he just got into a shelter.
Okay.
As soon as he got there, he hit me up. Yo, I'm in this joint now, man. I ain't on 12th Street no more. And that'd be the best feeling for me, man.
And so then, do you ever go down like the K&A's or you be like around downtown? So you
I stay away
stay
from
downtown.
it. Yeah.
K&A
stay
a little
away.
too.
People ask me that all the time.
They're
I even
not
have
ready.
people.
Well, you
that,
feel as though the people down in K&A not ready yet, or you think?
It's not that I don't
What
think
makes you
they
stay away?
ready.
What makes you
It's
stay away?
just it's not really an environment because one of the things is the mental state, right? And I tried, like initially when I started, I tried to stay away from the addiction aspect to where as though like what I do or like my platforms is not based on addiction. And also the environment. So like you go down there, people will be having these outbursts and
Yeah, it's more mental.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I don't want to get into no situation. I done seen people like, oh, why you recording? And snap out and all that. So I just try to stay away from that environment.
So the downtown homeless person is more sophisticated than the K&A person.
I guess you.
It's a
The
bad joke.
mental
It's
state
a
is-
bad
is-
joke,
is
but
different.
I get it though. No, I get it.
The mental state is definitely different.
I get it. That's a wild joke.
That's another planet in itself. Is what
Yeah.
It's another world,
yeah.
should I say?
Yeah, no, I got you. I got you completely.
Because yeah.
Damn. So in this business, as you start to lose clients and you gain clients and you start cutting them down, are there other trainers that you happen to see and like, yeah, you know what, man? Hey, I got some trainers. I got some clients I could throw to that you might see their style, like their style, might have gave them some tips and was able to just say, hey, you trying to come up in the business? Hey, I'll give you some of my people that I can't train them. Or you ever do that type of stuff?
Absolutely.
Now,
Yeah,
do you do it for people and they let you down, or have you done it for people and they was able to complete the task?
Both.
Gotcha.
I got like somebody right now I consider like a protege. I see like a lot of myself in them. So what I try to do is make it easier and make like
Skip the
everything
mistakes you make.
right.
Yeah.
I try to tell them, the pitfalls, the mistakes,
Yeah.
or I just try to make it easy as what I would want somebody to do for me and what, certain people that, I consider mentors have done for me. So, yeah, I even have somebody that come out with me on the streets with
Okay.
the
Yeah, I've seen that.
with
I've
the
seen that.
homeless
Yeah,
people.
I seen y'all down the clothespin, or whatever they call it now. Yeah, I seen in person with you before.
Yeah.
Okay. Earlier you was asking me a question about what was the question again? You asked me.
I was asking you, what would be your number one advice that you would give to somebody starting a podcast?
Yeah, and it's a very good question. And for me, for people who starting a podcast, I need everybody to know, like, don't come into this business thinking you're going to make $1 million the first week. Don't come in here thinking you're going to get the Gillian Wallow deal. Don't even come in here thinking you're going to get any deals. You know, we were lucky to get sponsorship because of relationships that I have with people over 20 years. With everything that happened to me in this podcast was based on relationships I had with people for over 20 years. You know what I'm saying? Even me meeting you is through a guy who wrote a book that I grew up with. The first person to tell me about you was Ant. And that's the guy, I didn't grow up with him. I was a little bit older than him, but I know him growing up. And it's all like coming home. So I'm enjoying meeting an extended family. You know what I'm saying? Growing as a person. Not once am I looking for the Gillian Wallow deal or anything like that. This is more so therapeutic for me. This is more so me putting a baseline in with a company, with a production company we have. And it's a lot of other things we do. Like we just was doing some skits and stuff like that with you. The money is not even, it's nowhere near my brain. I've had money, I've lost money, got it again, had it stolen from me by some of the closest people to me, was able to give some of the closest people money to help them out. The main thing I would say is just going and doing it, going like the guy Tom said, it's your gift. Share whatever your gift is. When you want to make a podcast, share that gift. And if you don't have a gift, then maybe figure out what your gift is. See, I don't have a gift. I don't know what my gift is. I really don't. I just know how to organize. I know how to put things together. You know what I'm saying? I know how to do a lot of shit on a macro level. I'm not a micro guy. I know how to say, oh, Reko do training. All right, well, look, we're gonna do it here. We're gonna do a whole event with the trainer. Go get all the trainers we know. I'm a guy like that. I like the macro. I like to do shit macro. You know what I mean? That's like my gift, like organization and delegation. You know, so if I would ever tell somebody want to do it, if you're gonna do it because you want to do it. Don't do it because you're going out here and trying to get inspired. I mean, this equipment you see and the editing equipment that's not even here, we easily got the $50,000 in the first 4 years. Nobody giving us nothing as far as like for this. We might get people who run a commercial, but I don't charge a lot. We don't charge a lot for commercials. We look at the numbers. We can't charge a lot for the commercials, you know. But what I'm able to do as far as community, like when I have friends that come up to me like, man, I was watching your podcast, man. You saved me $8,000 on the alarm that I was about to get put on my house for I was getting construction. You know, that shit made me feel good. When a guy come up to me and said, man, Reef, I was watching the one you was talking about real estate. I just bought the first house for me and my daughter. And I listened to the zip codes you said. And you said one of the zip codes you said was 19104. I work at Drexel, so I went with the Drexel program. I was able to save $20,000 on my down payment. That type of shit is what makes me keep going and let me know, like, no, it's a purpose for this. It's a purpose. You know what I mean? It's a purpose for this. And it's just me sharing information. If you keep the information and you don't do nothing with it, then you're a fucking hoarder. And that makes you a fucking nut in my book. You get the information out, man. You don't never know where it's going to go at. If you ever had to seed a lawn and had the seeds that you just got to throw all over the fucking lawn, you don't know when they're going to start sprouting. Now, you have no idea. So we in our fifth to fourth, I think it's our fourth year. We haven't even seen what's going to come out of this yet. But we keep doing it because different opportunities open up. Because I work with professional people. So I'm Sharif Hankins, and I'm signed to Believe in Your Goals. Mm-hmm. The people I work with is Candor Camera. They do tremendous work. So we're able to work together, and by they using me as their commercial, like, hey, this is what we can shoot. And I'm able to use them as my commercial, like, hey, this is what I can do. So I do this more out of community. I do this more out of a community than anything. And whatever comes out of this, whatever type of ancillary gifts I get out of this, I'm not quick to merch. I mean, we have merch, but I don't even really show to put it up yet. I don't even feel like it because it's not about that. For me, it's just really out here meeting people. They can show how life looked with them. Before you came in here today, I was shooting another episode with a young lady who was saying how she felt about homeless people. And it's wow, like I wish she was here to hear you say this. I'm actually going to take what both of you said about homeless people and splice it together. And just to show people, like, there's so many ways to look at this world. This world is so different, man. So, man, the main thing I would tell anybody who want to start a podcast, do it because you want to do it. Don't watch nobody else. Don't compare nobody else statistics to yours, because you will never know what your impact is. Impact is greater than finances. Absolutely. And you never know what your impact is. Before we get out of here, tell people how to get with you, what you're doing. Just let them know. Let them know what's going on with you.
Man, Reko the Trainer, REKO THETRAINER. Reko the Trainer TV on YouTube. All other platforms, Reko the Trainer, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. You catch me anywhere. But my main focus is YouTube, Reko the Trainer TV. That's where you can see full conversations with the people on the streets. You can see some of the workouts, and you'll hear some individual stories, and you'll see me, taking this thing across the world.
Hey, thank you for your time. I'm glad you came out.
Absolutely.
I'm looking forward to doing this again.
Absolutely.
Thank you, man.
Appreciate it.
This is
Thanks for
Sharif.
having me.
No problem. This is Sharif Hankins with Jus Convos. Remember, like, share, subscribe. Thank you for coming out.